Okay, so we are going to start. First of all, thank you for being with us in this live, and say hello to all of our followers who are in the other side of the camera. The idea is to have our second live. Last week we were with Sergio and Oscar, and we would like to have one live in English for our English spoken followers. So I introduce Konny, who is the last winner in Morocco, and Véronique, who is a new challenger in the female category. Let's go. The idea is to have one conversation, one spoken between you and me, talk about your bike, your life, and also about the Titan. And I think that will take about 30, 40 minutes, no more. So we start with the questions. Okay? Okay, so Konny, start with you. We are like friends after our race in the desert. You come from Switzerland and you were involved in mountain bike for a long time. I remember that you were in the Spanish BUF team for one season. You are multi-winner in different stage races, marathon races. But please tell us about you and your bike career, please.
Yeah, it's already a long career. I started with 10 years old, and I turned professional when I was 21. And then, I first rode cross country when I was younger, like everyone, because the long distance was just too long. But I always liked marathon. I like to train a lot, long rides, many kilometers. And then with 15-year-old, I started my first marathon when I was still junior. So back then I had to fake my age that I was allowed to start. And then after that race, I trained more for marathon. And then my first big success was the European champion title when I was under 23, which I won in 11 or 10 and then 11 also. And the first big stage race was also Cape Epic 2011. And then I could also win the Transalp in 2011. And from there, I was just riding marathon. And I did also a lot of races in South Africa and all over the world now. So that helped a lot for last year for me to ride in Morocco because I have a lot of experience in the sand. And yeah, I'm looking forward to come back to Morocco.
Super. And Véronique, instead, I know that you come from a road rider. You have a lot of you have been in different stage road races. And tell us something about you and why you changed into the mountain bike races.
Yeah. So in opposite to Konny, I started later in my life riding. So as you said, I start basically at 27 years old, and then at 31 I won Canadian national title, and then I rode 2 years on the road bike with pro team, including doing the Diro, the Donny, and doing words with the national teams. But then I was still working full time at the same time for as an anesthesiologist. So I had to stop that pro riding with a road team because it's just it was just too much to continue along the season. So what I did is I chose events that I was getting ready for, including mountain bike, but more like stage races or marathon. So it was the reason why I chose just a different challenge. I had a taste of the road riding, and then I wanted to try something different. I mean, in Canada, obviously mountain bike is good. And so I did the BC bike race, and then the single six track as a team, mixed team actually with my actual husband, and then I did in Europe. I did the Transpire one. Yeah.
Okay, you live in a country where it's the paradise for single track. I love
Yeah.
single tracks, and I think it's the place to be once in your life.
Yeah.
Okay, Tony, let's talk about Titan. You came, you win last year. I remember our first mails when you showed your interest in coming to Morocco. But what did you like of the race? Because it's an special, it's different race from another. But what did you like most of our Titan Desert?
It's just it's a very unique experience. First, the landscape. I mean, the places where you're able to ride. It's very, very special. I think even as a tourist, you can't ride in those specific areas where we are allowed to ride in the race. And then it's also the vibe, the camaraderie in the camp, which is very, very special. I've done, as I said, many stage races all over the world, but I haven't had this experience of friendly people all around. I was a bit struggling because I can't speak Spanish, and yeah, there's not so many people they can speak English, but there's so many helpful people, and it was just one of the best week I've ever had. And it's also, I mean, if I watch back now, I would. I didn't know the race exactly before I came to Morocco last year because with the navigation and all that stuff. So I wasn't that much prepared, but I think I made my experience, and it's a big challenge to finish that race.
We expect growing up with the English-spoken competitors in the future, so that we make this kind of life in Instagram. But it's true that the camp is true that you say the camp is the 50% of the race, because in the stage you ride is very nice, the landscape, but what you live inside the camp is very special. Okay, Véronique, and you are in a team that knows really well the Titan, but what do you expect of the race? What have you talked with the team, and what do you expect coming to Morocco?
Well, I expect hot and dry weather first, which is different since it was actually snowing today here.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, in terms of like the race in itself, it's probably like longish and like really a endurance type racing. I heard what we've been speaking of is like it's not too technical, so for a road rider like me, it's good. Like, I mean, I have a little bit of experience on the mountain bike, of course, but I'm not super tech, you know. So that is attracting me. I like the endurance. I like the off course, but not like to like crash myself, like, or to be scared to crash myself every minute, you know. So yeah, and like, you know, the sand, like the scenery, like Konny said, like it's I'm going in the unknown a little bit, but that's why I like to, and then I'm gonna be able to tell a bit more what it's gonna be.
Great. I love snow. I love ski mountaineering. It's my passion. I travel on the desert on Sunday, but I would like to be there snowing right now on the skis. For me, it's my big passion, the ski mountain. Okay. You know, both of you, that the Titan is a special race because we have the navigation, you have the checkpoints, you have the feeder station, but you can design your own track or follow the track that we send to the GPS. I remember that, Konny, when you came last year, you didn't have experience with the navigation, but you win the navigation state. How do you manage with the GPS? I know this year you are riding with TUNAP, and how do you manage, and what do you work during this year with the GPS?
I just say keep it simple, as last year also. I mean, now I have last year I rode with a very small device, so I could almost not couldn't see the route. And with TUNAP now the screen is bigger. So I hope I have a better support with navigation. But in the end of the day, it's also a lot of instinct. Yeah. I mean, if you stay in the leading group or even in the further back, and then some guys turn left, some guys turn right, and then you have to choose yourself which line you want to take and which way you want to follow. And I think there's a lot of instinct involved also. You might have to make the right decision. And yeah,
I remember
I'm a bit scared.
We have one picture together, just in the finish line of the stage you win. Then I remember that I asked you, hey, you don't know how to navigate and you win this stage. And I remember you told me, just straight on. There's a way to ride the less distance. That I remember from last year. Okay, Véronique, and you, have you trained with the GPS or you will follow the pack and the other riders? Do you have any kind of strategy about this?
Well, I guess, yeah, it's a little bit of like the decision when you're there, I guess, you know. Have to follow like the other girls, but then if you have like you see a short line, just then you take it, you know. Sometimes you can maybe take a chance, but I think it's going to be a day-to-day decision of what is happening, you know, that day, you know. You can't predict like race in itself. It's sometimes unpredictable. So I see it's also a new style of race for me. So I can't tell that I have a really plan now. Like, yeah, I'm not.
No, but this year
it's better to have no plan.
Yeah.
That is what Oscar say when I asked about this. Oscar told me, no plan, Manu, no plan. Okay, Véronique, you have been racing in Europe, also for sure in the States, Canada, America. But have you been in Morocco already? Never.
Yeah, that was a big attraction for me. A bit attracting. That's why I was excited about that race.
Do you know Rebecca Rush?
What?
Do you know Rebecca Rush, the American?
Yes. Well, I know I don't know her personally.
Okay, because he was coming for some years to Morocco. I have a good relationship with her, and she liked a lot the race. I remember a great time with Rebecca in Morocco. As Conny said, the campament, it's an important part of the race. We live in the nomad tents where we sleep. We have the restaurant, the bar, and so on. Conny, can you give some tips to Véronique about the life, how living in the camp? Any tip that you can tell her?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty comfortable in the camp. You have a proper mattress, you have pillows, you have a nice shower, everything. The food is super. So it's actually 5-star luxury tenting in the desert. So, but then the only thing is, I mean, yeah, you have to be aware that it's getting cold at night.
Yeah.
So maybe you must wear a cap or bring some warmer clothes, because usually, you think, it's desert, it's warm, but it can get pretty cold at night. So that's the only thing. But otherwise, yeah, the AIMAs, they are perfect setup to feel comfortable. And the food is also very good.
Yeah. Vero, and you have prepared everything for the camp? You have any meeting with the team to ask about what you have to bring to the camp, or just no plan?
Yeah, we had a couple of discussion about that. But that was pretty simple, like nothing really fancy, and I guess excepting for the unique marathon stage where you have to bring your stuff. But yeah, except for that, like it looks like it was pretty much like all set up.
Okay, I always say that less is more, so not too much thing, just something for the cold in the night, and after it's easy. Okay, guys, let's talk about your bicycle, the bikes. Conny, which bike will you use? Rear gear rate, full suspension? What about your bicycle?
Yeah, like I ride the same setup, like the same frame, stall bikes. And this year I ride 120 millimeter. just because I like now I just ride with a 120 millimeter travel, so it's more comfortable. And I ride very wide tires. I think that's the most important, 2.4 tires, because in the thick sand you can go with very low pressure, like 1 bar, maybe 1.1 bar sometimes. But they also have to be bulletproof, because sometimes it's very rocky, especially when you take shortcuts. There's no road, and then maybe there's a lot of rocks sometimes. So yeah, but on the other hand, it's also fast sections, so the tire must roll very nicely.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a good combo. You need to have a good combo, strong tires, but also fast. And I mean, the bike doesn't have to be very light, because it's not a lot of climbing. I think also the dropper post you can skip in this race, because there's always easier with no dropper post, because there's one thing, like a dropper post you can have more mechanical if it doesn't work, and I think in this race you don't need it. And also when you do the marathon stage, maybe you must hide something on your seat post, and so it's much more easy. And what else? Yeah, I mean, a good saddle. You should prove your saddle, because
you knew the last edition where we have two mountain stages, but this year will be the 6 stages in the Mersua area. So it's sandy, it's flat, no uphill and downhill. So it's true. It will be stony sometimes, but no like the mountains in October 2021. And your bike, Véronique, which bike will you use?
Yeah, so I have a Orbea Ois.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
Spanish,
I'm pretty sure you know that.
You can with an Spanish one.
So it's a double suspension. I didn't change my bike. I'm just gonna take my regular mountain bike for this race. It's I'm used to a little heavier bike, so for me I feel that one pretty light for what I have. I'm not even sure. I think it's 120, at least maybe 130 millimeter. Even if it's not technical, I'm just gonna use that. But I like it. It's really reactive, and yeah. About the tires, I'm gonna be on Maxxis Icon 2.4, I think, and then I guess I see how it's gonna go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go in finishing. Konny, in a special edition, because this year you came with Vera, your wife. And I think she is strong, and she will be also with Véronique in fighting for the podium. It's special for you. During the race, you forget and you focus on your race. What about this experience with your wife in the race?
yeah, that's what I said to her. I mean, because I love the race so much, so I said I want to share the experience with you, and that's why I told her, yeah, you have to do it also. And yeah, for sure, during the race, I mean, I have my own race. I can't think about her, but then when I come to the finish, sometimes I'm also stressed. Yeah, where she is, how it goes. But it's nice to have your loved one in the same race, and then after the race you can watch back, you can talk about the race, and I think it's great that she can also compete this year.
Okay, you and Vera are okay from the problem with the corona some weeks ago. Are you already okay?
Yes, we both okay. Yeah.
I remember in South Africa you have problems with the corona. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was our first big race or big goal of the season, the Cape Epic, and yeah, we had no issue with Corona for the last 2 years, and then just for Epic, it hit us, and we were unable to start. And but yeah, we took a lot of rest, took it easy, and we did like the Vuelta a Ibiza 2 weeks ago.
I know.
And it went okay, and now we stayed in Spain for good training. And I think we also have a good setup now with the team Tamayo, so it's all sorted, and I think we're ready for it.
Okay, so and who will be the one who is in the fight with you? the names of the main competitors for you for the podium?
It's difficult to say, but I think, yeah,
I know.
Betalou has a lot of experience. Depends on the shape they come, but I have pretty good shape now. And but yeah, that's the main thing in this race. I mean, you can be the strongest, but you don't win if you can't navigate. And it's a bit of a cat and mouse play in the desert. So
yeah,
it's very hard to say. I mean, there's a lot of strong guys this year, for sure also Matecon, but I don't know how he can handle the navigation. So it's very open.
He was very worried last week about the navigation, and I talked to Sergio also by phone sometimes, and he's worried about using the GPS, where the shortcuts and so on. And Véronique, what's your aspiration for the race? You come for fighting for the podium, you come for enjoying and having a good time. What you can or
as a first experience, to be totally honest, I have no idea what I'm getting into. So you know, I'm like a full-time worker, a mom of 3 years old, but I'm having a pretty good shape right now. So I'll see the first day, I guess. Okay, how it goes, where I am, who are the opponent, and after that, like, I guess I'm gonna have a head a little bit more of what can I do in that race.
Okay, so just the last question. Do you know that we have the Titan World Series, that it's like the Titan race in Morocco, but in different continents? This year we will have Almeria in October. I would like to invite you to be with us if you like after Morocco. And also we have Saudi Arabia that we will confirm at the end of the year. Konny will be with us in the other Titans.
Yes, Almeria for sure, because last year I couldn't come because I had already an arrangement on a different race, but this year I saw it's in October, so it's better for me. And yeah, for sure I will be on the start line.
Okay, and no navigation, just full gun.
No.
Véronique, and if you like Morocco, I would like you to be with us also in Almeria, because it's different. Landscape is very nice.
Yeah.
To the sea, also mountains. We don't have navigation. Also, we have camp.
Oh yeah, I would love to, for sure.
Yeah, okay. It's when it's cold in the rest part of the country, in Spain, and for sure in Canada or Switzerland. But in Almeria, it's warm. You can ride in no long sleep, and it's nice. So, Konny, Véronique, thank you for being with us. I see you on Saturday 8th in Rashidia, in the airport. And have a good last days of the preparation, and thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
All of the
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.
See you.